We begin our journey down in Leesburg to meet a pecan family who's been at it for decades, creating all kinds of delightful pecan concoctions. The name of this fantastic nut has been debated for years, but whether it's a pecan, a pecan, or a pecan, one thing is for certain: this Georgia-grown goodie is full of goodness, and it can be argued that no one does it better than Goodson. David Goodson, that is, of Goodson Pecans.
People in the area knew my dad. Every year they'd go and buy his in-shell pecans sort of out the back door. People just knew Dad grew quality pecans.
It's a family business around here in Leesburg, Georgia. Grandpa Roy Goodson began managing orchards back in 1972 and has since expanded, all the while battling hurricanes, insects, disease, you name it, he's faced it.
I bought this grove in 1992, and so I'm guessing they're 75 to 85 years old. So there's some big trees out here.
David Goodson and his wife Melody then took advantage of this tasty product in 1990, got creative, and Goodson Pecans evolved.
One day in the back of my dad's truck, my brother was in the front seat, my dad was driving, and I had just said, Dad, we need to try, this was when the internet was just starting up, and I said, Dad, we need to try to get your pecans online and see what we can do with them. And so after talking about that for 2 years, I made the decision along with my wife to just start Goodson Pecans online. And so my dad's love for pecans, never thought that it would, but it grew into something that I truly enjoy doing too.
Now, David's son Drew is knee-deep in the business. He's a vital part of the operation and has already pinned a title for his role in the business.
He genuinely enjoys this and lovingly and affectionately calls himself the CEO of the business.
I call myself the CEO of Goodson Pecans, not really, but I've just been brought up into the business from when I was about maybe 9 years old. I started out with just helping around with little stuff, and as I've grown up, I've kind of been able to experience more and to do a lot more with the business. I'm now working here in the kitchen, which is probably my favorite spot out of all Goodson Pecans, and so we make all the different types of flavors, and it's just a really fun job.
In the same way I've watched my dad, do some of these things, my son's done the same thing with me. He would hear me say my spiel to customers, and before long, he was pushing me out of the way so he could do it. And I found him to be a better salesman than I am. And he's got, along with all of our kids, just got a great work ethic. They're hard workers. So we'll see. I'm not going to push it on him, but we'll see what the future holds with that.
Okay, so regardless of who is actually in charge around here, they've assembled a small yet efficient crew. These nuts are flavored in many different sweet, simple, and even spicy options, racking up awards along the way.
We have just your standard raw pecans. At the same time, we have different gourmet flavored pecans.
We do different things for different flavors. Some of our best flavors, and my personal favorite, would be the Mimi sugar, which is what we have here today, as well as the cinnamon sugar is also really good.
We do a spicy ranch. It's got a great flavor to it. Our sriracha's got a little bit sweet, a little bit savory in it. And then we do just your basic toasted sea salt and just toasted unsalted for somebody that just likes a good toasted pecan.
And these creative nuts don't stop there. The pecan butter is also racking up awards, from their award-winning honey cinnamon goodness to the accidentally discovered fudge butter.
We started making our pecan butter in just a simple blender, and then to the point where we got a much larger machine. Our pecan butter comes in a creamy and a crunchy that's just toasted pecans and sea salt. We also have a creamy with honey and then a honey cinnamon. And we do have, it's called fudge butter, that is sort of an accident. I made this creation, it didn't work. I threw it in the refrigerator, and when I came back the next day, it had hardened and was just like fudge. You can eat it right out of the jar, straight out of the refrigerator, but you can also add it to ice cream or cheesecake, and so it'll harden up.
It's always fun to see family and close friends work together to make magic happen. And who really cares how you pronounce this unique nut? except maybe the folks who live in the land of these Georgia-grown groves.
My default is to say pecan, but I get in trouble quite a bit because I don't say pecans. And apparently in our area, we're supposed to say pecans. But I say pecan. Whoever's paying, I'll say it however you want me to.